This was done by a couple of physicists about the same time in history. One was Michael Faraday, a Scottish guy in England, and the other was Joseph Henry, an American type in Vermont in the 13 colonies. And they both at the same time found the same effect. And here's what they discovered. They had meters similar to this at that time, but they didn't know how to get electricity. Well, they got electricity from batteries. A fellow by the name of Volta, Alessandro Volta, Italian type, made batteries, and that was kind of nice. Everyone was excited about electricity. And then Michael Faraday and Joseph Henry discovered the following. No batteries over there, gang. No batteries, no tricks. Magnet, wire, meter. Watch this. You see anything?
No.
Faraday didn't see anything either. Okay. And but watch this. Henry didn't see anything either, but watch this. Did you see something? Again. My goodness. My goodness. There's no battery nearby, and guess what we are generating? Begin with EC. Electric current. I am generating electric current. And Faraday and Henry found out that. No batteries, no cells, no lightning, none of that. Just the motion of a wire in a magnetic field. So Faraday goes to bed and he's really excited about that. And while he's in bed that night, I'm making this up now. While he's in bed that night, he's kind of thinking, gee, I wonder what would happen if I did it with 2 wires. So he gets up in the middle of the night, takes his candle, goes downstairs, had to do a candle. Little did he know that he was going to get rid of candles, honey. The candle industry was furious later on, okay? Because what he did is he went down and he took 2 wires, and guess what happens with 2 wires, gang? Ooh! Twice as much current. Goes back to bed. Then he thinks, I wonder, 3 wires. Shall we try it? Didn't sleep the rest of the night, gang. I wonder, 1,000,000 wires. What do you think? 1,000,000 times as much. Okay? This is a remarkable discovery that one can, it turns out, induce voltage by simply moving a wire in and out of a magnetic field. And so Faraday's discovery is couched a little differently. Today it's called Faraday's law. And what it says is this, a little more complex. Change the magnetic field in a closed conducting loop of wire, doesn't even have to be conducting. Just change the magnetic field intensity in a closed loop, and you will induce a voltage in that loop. Now this loop happens to be a copper wire, so the voltage in that produces a current. So look at this. You get a current. Change the magnetic field in 2 loops of that closed copper wire, 2 loops of that circuit, and guess what you get, gang? Twice as much voltage. 3 loops, 3, da-da-da-da-da. So that's the rule. All you got to do is change the magnetic field intensity, and you will induce a voltage, which will produce a current if you're talking about a conductor. Ain't that neat? That is really, really nice. Now we can produce electricity. So you know how all of Europe started converting to electricity. They started having lamps and all that stuff, and they had all these kids up on the hills going like this. Okay? And these kids are all doing this thing, okay? And one day they say, hey, we're getting tired doing this. See that waterfall coming down? Why don't we put this wire on a great big piece of wood and have it rotate, huh? By the waterfall, put a little paddle wheel, and we'll go home and get all the electricity. And that's, of course, the start of the Industrial Revolution. I'm making that part up, but you get the idea. All you got to do is rotate the loops in a magnetic field, or just plop in and out of the magnetic field, and there's your electricity. Faraday's law.